Texas Longhorns. Your next old friends, if you want to call them that. They play their home games, does Texas at DKR, named after, by the way, a former Sooner. In case you were wondering, they finished 8-5 overall last season, 6-3 in Big 12 play. We'll tell you how it finished for them. Plus, we'll preview the Texas Longhorns and what they have coming back. Coming up right now, 1982 Boomer Sooner. Don't go away.
We beat Texas!
Larry Switzer, everybody. The King! Thanks, Coach. The much hated "We Beat Texas" voice there. Speaking of Texas, let's talk Texas. Regular Texas. Texas Longhorn football plays their home games at DKR, Darrell K. Royal Stadium, named after, by the way, a former Sooner. Texas coming off 8-5 last year, 6-3 in conference play, third best in the conference. With a 8-5 overall record, they did make it to a bowl game where they lost to Washington, the Huskies, in the Alamo Bowl, 27-20. Washington is from the Big Ten. Their head coach, Steve Sarkisian, in his third year with the Horns, is a 2007 grad from Brigham Young. Coaching history for Steve Sarkisian was at the aforementioned Washington Huskies to kind of get that thing kick-started again. They were, at that time, part of the Pac-12 North Division, and he was out there from 2009 to 2013. After that, in 14, he traded a North competition for a West competition, staying in the Pac-12. Went there with the USC Trojans. Was there from 2014 to 2015. Before welcoming him back to Power 5 football with the Texas Longhorns in 2021 to present. Helping him get back to where they want Texas to be won't be easy, but it gets so much easier with a 2,000-yard passer. Like number 3, Quinn Ewers, passed for 2,177 yards, 15 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. The longest reception pass last year, 49 yards. Leading rushers for Texas, what about Jonathan Brooks and Kalani Robinson? For returners at least. We'll start with Brooks. Jonathan Brooks, 30 rushes last year to go with 197 yards on the ground, 5 touchdowns, and a long-distance run of 70 yards. While Kalani Brooks went for 25 carries last year to go for 86 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a long-distance run of 26 yards. Wide receivers. They have an X Factor. Get it? X Factor. Xavier Worthy. And Jordan Whittington on the team. The X Factor, number 1, Xavier Worthy. Sooner fans remember him from his freshman year at Texas. Had a pretty solid sophomore season. 60 catches to go for 760 yards and 9 touchdowns, including a long-distance reception from 49 yards. Jordan Whittington last year for Texas, 50 total receptions, 652 yards through the air, and a touchdown, and a longest reception of 32 yards. But you know what, guys? If you're finally going to do it, finally going to beat Oklahoma in back-to-back years, you got to at least try to play some defense. And they have some defensive players that can help. Defensively, number 4, Jalen Ford for Texas. 199 tackles returning for him. Not only that, also 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumbles recovered, and a pick comes over from linebacker. Jaron Thompson also returns as a DB with 82 total tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 0 fumbles recovered, and a pick last year for Texas. And the punter. Punter comes over from the Pac-12 in Stanford. Does number 80, Tyler Pickens. 57 total tackles last year for the Card, while averaging 41.7 yards an average, 0 touchbacks, 18 balls within the 20-yard line, and a long punt, 59 yards. So there's that. But if you're going to finally beat Oklahoma, again, for back-to-back years, you're going to have a good solid game from your kicker, too, to get points on the board. They do have a solid kicker to count on for that. Kicking 45, Bert Auburn. 21 for 16, 80.8% complete proficiency on his kicking, and a long-distance kick of 49 yards. All right, guys, that will wrap this thing up for the OU-Texas Red River Rivalry preview. Coming up next week when we return, we'll talk about the Rock Chalk Jayhawks. Or actually, no, UCF next week. UCF, so we'll talk UCF football. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and Boomer Sooner, everybody. I'm out of here. Peace.